There is a reason some people can control you without ever raising their voice, and once you recognize it, you can't ignore it again. This has nothing to do with confidence, motivation, or speaking louder. It's about a quiet habit you repeat every day that slowly hands your power to others. You believe you're being reasonable. You believe you're being mature. But what you're actually doing is exposing the exact weakness manipulators search for first. If you've ever replayed conversations in your head, apologized when you knew you weren't wrong, or felt strangely drained after dealing with certain people, this is for you. Stay with me, because the next few minutes will explain why you feel stuck, why respect keeps slipping away, and how control has been taken from you without force. There is one weakness that makes men extremely easy to control, and you can see it in how often you override yourself. It shows up in moments so small they barely register. Think about the last time you agreed to something even though every part of you wanted to say no. The time you stayed late at work for a boss who barely knows your name. Or the time you apologized just to keep peace, even though you weren't at fault. That wasn't kindness. That was a breach. You sent a signal to anyone paying attention. Your boundaries can be pushed. Your time isn't valuable. Your respect is negotiable. You aren't a peacemaker. You're free labor for other people's egos. The world doesn't reward men for being nice. It rewards men who have strength and choose restraint. Right now, you don't even have the weapon. Most men walk through life with a handle on their back and wonder why they're constantly pulled into situations they didn't choose. You think you're dependable. You think you're solid. You're not. You're predictable. Think about the last time someone disrespected you. You replayed it again and again. You thought of the perfect response long after it mattered. You carried that moment into your work, your sleep, your decisions. That wasn't emotion. That was control. Machiavelli warned that the man who reveals what affects him places his fate in another man's hands. The moment your inner state becomes readable, you stop being a threat and start being usable. Most men never realize this. The more emotionally open you are, the more predictable you become. The more you explain yourself, the less weight your position carries. The harder you try to be good, the easier you are to manipulate. In the next few minutes, you're going to see the exact weakness that turns men into puppets for manipulators, narcissists, and low-value leeches. This isn't self-improvement. This is social survival. If you don't spot this leak now, you'll spend your life wondering why people only reach out when they need something and disappear the moment they don't. Look at your hands. They aren't restrained. Look at your door. It isn't locked. Yet you're trapped. Not by force, but by habit. Your need to be understood. Think about your last argument. You didn't just state your boundary. You explained it. You defended it. You justified why your feelings made sense. You waited for permission to feel the way you felt. And while you waited for validation, they were collecting information. They weren't listening to understand you. They were measuring your need. They saw you can't stand being the villain in someone else's story. That image of you as the good guy will be used against you. They saw that being misunderstood scares you. That being seen as unreasonable frightens you. That you need to be perceived as good. That information doesn't disappear. Right now, someone close to you is watching carefully. A partner, a friend, a coworker. They test you in small ways. A joke that cuts a bit too deep. A plan you're quietly excluded from. A pause after your message. They watch what you do next. If you react, they gain ground. If you explain, they gain leverage. Most men leak power constantly. You walk into rooms giving information away without speaking. You've spent years building a reputation as the reliable one, the understanding one, the one who never causes trouble. And what did that earn you? Access without respect. You absorb tension so others don't have to. You fix conflicts that were never yours. You made yourself useful instead of valuable. Machiavelli warned that a man who wants to be loved more than respected will eventually be betrayed. This isn't about cruelty. It's about being unreadable. Power comes from uncertainty, and you are easy to read. If someone criticizes you, you defend. If someone ignores you, you chase. If someone pulls back, you move closer. Your reactions follow patterns, and patterns are tools. Picture a work meeting. Someone takes credit for your idea. Your heart rate jumps. Later, you pull them aside and explain that you felt disrespected. Stop there. You didn't solve anything. You exposed a weakness. You showed exactly where pressure works. You confirmed their move affected you. Next time, they know where to aim. A Machiavellian mind doesn't explain. It adjusts position. You were taught that communication fixes everything. It doesn't. Communication often exposes too much. The person who explains the most usually holds the least power. Power lives in restraint, in reactions that never arrive. You're leaking power every day and wondering why life feels heavy, why progress stalls, why people quietly push you around. It's because you're trying to be fair in environments that reward leverage. You apologize to keep things smooth and call it maturity. What you're really doing is teaching people how little resistance they'll face. You lower standards to protect comfort, and comfort costs you respect. People behave well only when they must. Make disrespect easy and it will repeat. Under the mask of kindness isn't strength, it's fear. Fear of being disliked, fear of being misunderstood, fear of standing alone. Let them think you're cold. Cold is protection, nice is exposure. You're exhausted because you're constantly managing how others see you, apologizing when you did nothing wrong, fixing situations that weren't yours. You call it keeping the peace. It's actually lowering the cost of disrespect. We're still on the surface. Deeper triggers exist that bypass logic entirely. You think your choices are free. Many are reactions to buttons installed long ago. If you don't cut the need for validation at the root, you'll remain useful to others and invisible to yourself. Your need to be understood isn't a virtue. It's a flaw, and it's being exploited daily. Every time you feel the urge to explain, your body tightens. Your mind rushes to correct the story. That isn't maturity, it's panic. Manipulators know this. They question your tone. They imply you're being difficult. They frame silence as guilt. And the moment that pressure hits, you talk. You justify. You overshare. You think you're defending yourself. You're giving away a map. You can't tolerate silence, so you break it. You can't tolerate tension, so you dissolve it. That's why you're easy to control. Now look at how empathy is used against you. You think understanding every angle makes you balanced. It makes you exposed. While you explain why someone behaved badly, they move forward without hesitation. Look at your circle. You decide to improve your life, gym, business, new direction. You tell people close to you. Someone dismisses it casually and you explain. You defend your ambition. That's where you lose. The moment you explain growth, you ask for permission. A man with control doesn't explain change. He arrives changed. Silence protects evolution. Now see the cost you've been paying. The nice tax, at work, in relationships, socially. You think niceness is stored credit. It isn't. Niceness without strength is subsidy. You pay for other people's comfort with your dignity. The world doesn't reward goodness alone. It rewards boundaries. You've been taught that no starts conflict. It doesn't. It ends manipulation. Weak men say no with reasons. Strong men say no and stop. The silence that follows is power. If they get angry, let them. Anger is what happens when control stops working. Everything so far explains the trap. Now comes execution. The final lie is closure. One last conversation. One last explanation. Closure isn't healing, it's exposure. A man seeking closure is still asking permission to leave. The sovereign doesn't ask. He exits. Your obsession with being understood is the leash. Let them misunderstand you. Misinterpretation is protection. When someone crosses a line, don't rush to fix it. Lean back, pause, say nothing. That silence is authority. From now on, you speak less, explain nothing, share no emotional updates. Your inner world becomes private. They will test you. Hold the line. Confusion will appear, then discomfort, then fear. Control is gone. You didn't just lose power, you traded it. You opened your inner world because you were afraid to sit alone with yourself. You sold mystery for approval. Tomorrow, the old version of you ends. Not with a speech, but with silence. This isn't cruelty. It's control. The gates are closed. Most will feel this and return to the leash. A few will feel something heavier. Those men are ready. If this hit you, it was meant to. The audit is complete. The leash is broken. The vault is closed.